Three, two, one. Okay, we are rolling.
Yay!
Hmm.
Okay, so welcome to anyone who giving another chance at this. I don't know what the hell this is, but welcome to the second episode of the Easily Distracted podcast. Again, starting this because why the hell not? I'm your host Cosmic, and I'm joined by my two co-hosts. With me is Bloodwitch Raven. Say hello.
Hello!
And with me is Cyber Tiger, a VTuber. Say hello, brother.
Hello. Uh, ah,
All right.
Hello!
All right. So for this episode of going down ancient memories, we're going to be taking a look at something from Raven's past. You got something for us?
Yes. A little old favorite, which is not really well known, which I'm kind of pissed at on Steam. Fucking goddamn exclusive bullshit. But enough about my evil rants. We're gonna be looking into an old PS2 occult classic, the Shadow King. I'm hoping I'm saying that title right. It's kind of been a while.
Okay. So let's go around the table and how everyone got introduced to this. Since it's your bit, Raven, we'll start with you.
Okay, the I'm guessing I just start at the beginning of like how the game story is.
No, like how did you first find it?
Oh, yeah, I just saw it in Walmart in the game section. You know, when I think Walmart used to be cool or kind of is. Well, I guess in it used to be next to the kids section, but
All
yeah, I
right.
just saw it and just I don't know, what kind of neat. Just got out of plain curiosity, I guess.
All right. Well, I got
Although
it.
I didn't expect that. The entire game just made me feel like I was on a drug trip.
Well, I got introduced to the game when you told me about it on the when it was on PS4, and so I got
um,
into this
Really?
one recently. Uh, Cyber, how about you?
I know nothing. I remember you guys bringing it up a few times, but I haven't really looked it up because things. It kind of slipped my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you probably
Well,
won't be hearing too much from me today.
Well, still, you're free to ask questions if anything comes to your curiosity.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
and make sure you pull up a script too if I end up misremembering something.
We have a script.
well, that's not
Eh,
the no. This is off the cuff, completely scuffed.
Oh.
eh.
Actually, that might act. You know what? That whole movie idea that might actually be a good title for it. Off the cuff, completely scuffed.
Ah, nice rhyme. But we'll talk about that later. We're not being
Okay.
recorded.
Yeah.
Literally for
When
self promotion.
when we get a movie lined up. So, if you will, Raven, can you recite to us the story of Shadow King in as much detail as you can? The
I'll
floor is yours.
try. Okay. Our story begins with an ordinary boy, an ordinary family. I don't remember what the village name is. I want to say it's a temple or I guess a pun on a tree. He pretty much lives with this ordinary family as he's in the kitchen, more or less bullied by some of the kids as he's literally, I don't know, goddamn pushover who's pretty much overshadowed by everything, including his father, who's, I think, the mayor. So, yeah, which, strange enough, his father brought like this strange little purple, uh, what was the word called? I guess a jar? No, the type of like typical jar you see genies in. Eh, I don't remember a lot of the dialogue, other than the sister being a bit of a little bitch.
Hmm.
It was pretty much like trying to get her brother to do her chores. But yeah, interacting with the jar, you get a few choices. I don't remember what the third one was, which maybe still leave it alone. You can actually pull on the cord to try the top to try to open it, which is literally you cannot do it. You gotta be Superman in order to do that shit. The other option was actually to poke it, which it actually makes a sound as if something's inside of it. So yeah, Mommy asked, I don't remember if this was, yeah, your little sister, Annie, I believe her name was, to
Hmm.
go to town to pick up some bread, which she apparently forces you to do it because you're a goddamn pushover. Oh yeah, the main character is also named Ari, but you can actually change the name, so kind of forgot about that.
Wait, how old are we?
Oh, you mean the main character?
Yeah.
16, actually.
Okay. I thought we were older. Yeah.
Now, there are two characters that you get as your first Prime members are actually older, but
Hmm.
more into that later.
Okay.
So yeah, you pretty much do that. Uh, get your mom the bread, although she doesn't seem to actually want to punish her own kid for, you know, slacking off for some stupid bullshit. Of course, the day is also the night for a carnival, well, circus. I can never tell the two apart for some reason. Where you're trying to ask your childhood friend Juliet,
Hmm.
which all the kids seem to adore. But she does have a crush on Ari. Of course, you can't make it because well, try to, but apparently, when it comes to that little bottle, you kind of got stuck with your parents explaining, all that bullshit. I think the grandparents are in there too. So yeah, basically, Ari missed everything and pretty much got picked on for it. In which tragedy struck. A ghost actually attacks your sister and curses her. And yeah, and I kid you not, the curse is her speaking in pig Latin, which her mother believed it was the end of the fucking world.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's somehow a thing. Thing I never really understood at that point, so yeah. The father pretty much deduced that the bottle might have some type of cure. Although I think at that point, I think the ball actually came to life, which I don't remember how the details work. Yeah, they try to do a summoning ritual or some type of spell. It turns out the bottle is actually sealed, although I don't know from whom, who I believe was a hero. And yes, this is an actual profession. Not as great as My Hero Academia, but a bit more shittier.
Hmm.
Yeah, from the. I'm not even gonna try to remember how his full name is pronounced, so yeah. He tends to go by the nickname Stan, who is an evil king who ruled the world at one point with his badass butler, who I'm considering as a husband, James, in which they made an agreement that Stan will save Annie if he finds someone he can willingly possess, mainly their shadow in a weird way. So yeah, um, which for some reason they turn into an actual contest. Don't know why. So yeah, grandpa, mommy, and daddy um didn't make the cut, but apparently since your shadow is so overshadowed that it literally made the cut. And yes, you actually do get the option to actually try to refuse, but well, you're forced into it either way, or more or less guilted into it.
How's that for parents? They're willing to sell
Yes.
their son to save their daughter.
Yes. Although there
Wait,
is a weird, funny thing out of it.
wait, is the main character the son, or are we the
Yes.
daughter? Oh, okay.
No, the son's the main character. The daughter's the one who got the curse.
Oh, okay.
And now living in his shadow is Stan, the Shadow King.
Yes.
Hmm.
Very weakened, though, but more on that later. So, yeah, he does actually end up breaking the curse, but in doing so, he literally made her shadow pink.
Nice.
And of course, she had like a small tangent about, that her life is ruined and all of that, yada, yada, yada. Of course, next day comes around. Nari has a terrible dream. Uh,
Is the sister complaining about her life being ruined?
yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, Ari wakes up from the terrible nightmare. Everything seems to be back to normal, thinking that, oh, that was just a bad dream. Until, yeah, Stan appears, forcing Ari to go on an adventure. Well, actually, that's a bit getting ahead of it. Go to the town to, try to terrorize the townfolk, which failed miserably, saying that Ari learned a neat new trick that he should join the circus for. Now he became popular.
Okay.
So yeah,
Stan, the Shadow, claims he is an evil king, and he will show his evil by being nice to people.
no, he actually did try to be a terror. It's just no one wasn't even interested or impressed. They just kind of assumed Ari was doing a neat shadow trick.
Hmm. No one took him seriously.
Oh yeah. Of course, it kind of became a bit worse, but yeah. As soon as Ari went to town hall, there was like some weird problems, which apparently a ghost was involved. So yeah, Stan, more or less forces Ari to go down to the basement where, yeah, you actually get your first boss fight. And where I kind of forgot about this, your main weapon is a stick at the beginning. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but eh. So yeah, after you beat the ghost to, piss off, Stan thinks, oh, I did this, so you should all bow to me and praise and fear me.
Right.
Yeah, he got praised, but not in the way he expected. He and Ari were literally hailed a hero. Although people still thought he was doing a shadow trick, so yeah, as it turns out, um, he lost all of his power during his imprisonment. So, and that's where the adventure ends up beginning, where Sand literally just forces Ari to go on an adventure to reclaim his power to rule the world. Oh yeah, and also your childhood friend Julia just kind of like uh, outright dumps you, like because oh you're doing neat tricks with your shadow and all that, and you're becoming so popular, knowing that you were just literally so quiet, you wouldn't complain about your mashed potatoes being cold.
Oh.
So yeah, she just literally ripped into him and just dumped him, even though they were never together.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and apparently Annie was ended up worrying over nothing, thinking her life was ruined because of her shadow, which everyone ended up liking it. Well, the boys anyway, saying that she's got a neat, cute shadow that's pink, and that having a pink shadow's not so bad after all. So yeah, and that is where oh yeah, I think in the pub you get a map from an NPC before you end up journeying out that shows you all the locations of the evil fake kings or fake evil kings
Okay.
and where you go. Yeah, and where you go to encounter the first one. And I don't remember where the city is, but it's like pretty much like an industrial city, lots of gears, kind of like a shit. What was the time area in the Fable 3 that took place for London? The Industrious era?
Doesn't
I don't
matter.
remember much from Fable, so.
It
Eh,
was.
well, anyway, as you're heading over there, Ari got ambushed by two ghosts from a bridge where, instead of trying to find, he felt, more helpless, considering, one, at that point, you're still using a goddamn branch twig, where he gets saved by the next ally, well, joins you after, or I think during, of the first boss. Fuck, I can't remember her name. Rosalind? Rosalind? Uh, she's pretty much a hero with a parasol and a rapier.
Hmm.
She pretty much saves you, gives you your first weapon
Uh,
for
she also
free.
she also has a vendetta against Stan because he also made her shadow pink 3 years ago when she opened the bottle.
Yep.
Ooh.
And she wants him to change it back. So that's her reason for sticking with the hero, even though she's actually helping him regain his power, in which, yeah, pretty much killed the evil Rat King. It was pretty much like behind most of it, but yeah, you gotta go for like a lot of back and forth bullshit.
Hmm.
Ugh, so much gathering of items. Yeah, it's just like after all that, you can leave through the other side of town where if you talk to this one NPC who is just like standing there singing, Linda, she'll probably want some encouragement, stuff like that. Talk to her every now and then if you come across, depending on the dialogue. But uh, anyway, after that, you go to the next third evil king, which is not too far from the port town, I think, where you get your third party member, which honestly he literally plays no real part in, other than just like some information lore. Tiefling, I think his name is, a great scientist, an expert on ghosts. So
Okay.
yeah, he just joins you for no real reason. I mean, his weapons are books, but she does double damage, so eh. So yeah, um, I know that once you reach to the port town, you hear talk of a princess of her entourage that she's visiting, exploring the world and all that. But she gets abducted by uh, one of the fake evil kings,
Okay.
which you end up going to save. I don't remember how this works or what happens after that. Pretty much, you kill that evil king. I think she kind of literally punches you, which you actually lose HP on. I don't know if that was just for comedic effect or something else. I know most games don't do that. And I think she just calls you a pervert, thinking you're trying to, cop a move.
Hmm. Yeah, the usual stuff.
Yeah. Uh, I don't remember everything else after that. Uh, I don't remember who the fourth evil king was. I only know that Linda, I think Red Bull or Big Bull, I can't remember which one was. I know those two are evil kings that you meet along the way that join your party. But yeah, most of it is like, you end up having like an actual build relationship with the princess, which I think it's canon that they're a pairing, but you know how fans tend to be.
Eh.
Uh, oh yeah. Before your journey begins, your mother actually gave you a music box, which, she told you to give it to, the girl that you end up falling in love with. As time passes, the princess journeys back. Yeah, after all that and trying to find all the evil kings, they journey back to Ari's hometown with the princess in tow to uh crap. Yeah, a lot of that I don't really remember. I know that she ends up journeying over to Ari's home, meets his family, she loves them, gets to learn how to cook, finds his music box, you know, ends up asking for it, and he does give it to her because he does like her in a way. She was being a bit of a tsundere and a spoiled brat, but royalty and all that. Yeah, as it turns out, her chancellor was actually one of the evil kings. Yeah, a lot of the storyline I don't really remember, or I just kind of skipped through.
Ah.
Yeah, honestly, I gotta replay it, try to continue that for the nostalgia, but yeah. Apparently, that the princess is actually a creation of his daughter who has been long lost. No idea if she's even dead or alive.
This is where the game goes from lighthearted, funny story to super, super meta.
Yeah.
1 to 100.
Like, that
So,
escalates
yeah.
quickly. Like, this really gets out of hand.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, he's just gonna destroy the world, just because the world's not gonna bend to his will, because no one's not doing what they're supposed to, or something or other. So pretty much the jury ends up turning to you stopping him, as well as killing all the other evil kings. In which you actually go into another dungeon before you end up facing off. I think, yeah, one of the two last evil kings, Phantom Evil King, but he actually becomes your final party member. So I don't know what purpose he serves other than, fanboy service.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, there's a device that actually made Ari either invisible or, you know, um,
It
dead.
no, it's written him out of existence.
Yeah, in which this is the only thing I do remember. It was like the grueling process since I didn't know what the fuck to do. I think one of the NPCs, uh, yeah, the ringmaster that was from the circus, who I think does admit that he's an evil king, but was a former one. Pretty much gave his powers to the evil rat king. That he can actually reverse the process on Ari. It's just you gotta, I think, talk to a bunch of people, which I didn't know what the fuck to do.
You had to have a
I,
conversation with 20 people.
uh, yeah. So pretty much you do that, and process reverse. You go to every team member, you go to all your teammates, and yeah, oh yeah, you get Stan back, which I think he does make a remark that he felt good having his original body back and all that. Kind of disappointed, but I think in a way he does have actual attachment to everyone, including Rosalind, the hero, even though neither of them would admit it. So yeah, pretty much go to the tower that leads to where you fight that chancellor. Um, pretty much beat the evil phantom. Well, Phantom as his name is. I don't remember a lot of the details, but yeah. Uh, there was like one final weird town where it was just like pretty odd and desolate, but almost like a open mountain plains. But yeah, there was
Okay.
like a house that kind of messed with a lot of people. Well, your party members, I think already had to like break them out of transit. That you know, remind of what they were here for and what they were fighting for. And yeah, pretty much beat the evil baddie. He pretty much dies. Again, I don't remember a lot of the dialogue. And
Okay.
yeah, Stan gets all his powers back, leaves Ari with an actual heartfelt goodbye from everyone, including James. Everyone went their separate ways, and Ari pretty much, gets a trip back, walks all the way back home. Where in one of the towns where was actually important to the plot, someone actually does talk to, took the music box from him at one point. And it turns out the person that came out of the house, well, ends up arriving in front of Ari's front door, but more on that later. Um, well, uh, yeah. It shows the rest of the party. Linda, I think Big Bull, and Phantom, they're all with the former circus ringleader in their own circus. Rosalind, I think, still being a hero, trying to chase Stan. Uh, Kingsley just went back to his research.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of why I think he never really served any real plot or anything at all. I mean, Phantom didn't really do much, but at least he kind of served some type of plot and far involvement with the character. But uh, yeah, Ari actually goes back home. A lot of the characters pretty much tell him like what's been happening and all that. Considering he actually gained something from this confidence. In a way, he became more assertive, independent, and confident. And he learned
Right.
all that from Stan.
Yeah.
In which, oh yeah, I remember what the princess' name was, Marlene. She ends up staying in front of his home, which is a bloody mansion. I forgot to add. He sees her. They both have you know, a loving look in their eyes, even though they're probably still in their teens. Yeah, they both walk in a house holding hands. End of story. In
Okay.
which Stan does have a closing statement of it all, which did leave it ambiguous if there was going to be a sequel or not. So, eh. Yeah, so that's my crappy abridged version.
What's your overall opinion of the game?
I mean, yeah, despite that I barely remember half of it, I'm gotta get back playing to it. I consider it a really good, fun game. The character designs were pretty much like almost like you're on a drug addict.
Honestly, the art
But
style
the
of the
fun,
game is if you like anything from Tim Burton, you'll like this game.
oh yeah,
Cool.
I will admit the cast of characters is pretty interesting. Weapons, considering Tigers, you're gonna like Bull, considering he actually is like a brute force. Like muscle guys using his fists because it's manly. Linda, I know she uses her the microphone that most idols like to use. Phantom, I know he uses cards. And they do have like special magic, but yeah, gameplay wise, it was actually pretty interesting. You had like the
Hmm.
whole turn based type of system where eventually Stan does actually interact with the battlefield. I don't know what the chance encounter that tends to be.
What
I
happens
think it might.
is he asks you to make a catchphrase for him when he goes into battle, and if you create a terrifying one, then he'll just murder the entire enemy field.
Huh.
Okay.
All right.
I don't remember that from the original, but
So, closing remark. What would you say to anyone interested in this game, and what would you say their mindset needs to be when playing it?
mm, well, if they're asking for a new game plus, you're down of luck on that. There is actually a little collectible thing where you have to collect, I think, 30 tiny gears where you actually get, like, something akin to an ultimate weapon, which only Ari can use. Yeah, I never had much trying to collect it in the original. Not exactly the easiest thing ever, especially since, well, they're pretty well hidden, and you literally gotta make sure you're pressing like the X button on, certain areas. But yeah, look up a guide for that shit if you want that completionist thing. It's a really nice, full heart, fun story. Does have its own moments, but I probably consider it like more or less like a completed thing.
All right. I guess we'll wrap it up on there then.
Hmm.
Okay, so I guess we'll close out the episode here for now.
All
So
right.
Yeah.
we've had Cyber Tiger here give his plot synopsis of the first season of Digimon. We've had Blood Witch Raven give her synopsis to Shadow King. I guess
Um,
next time is my turn.
Yeah. What was it again?
yeah.
I'm going to give a synopsis to something that is near and dear to my heart, Mega Man.
Ah,
Yay.
Specific,
specific Mega Man.
yeah,
Um,
my favorite incarnation of him, the Battle Network one, the Internet Mega Man.
And notably, pretty much the most powerful if you know death battles.
Hell yeah. I would have when watching that I knew the trigger from Legends was going to die first.
Yeah, you got that.
Classic didn't stand a chance because X was built to be superior in every possible way. He may not have as many weapons, but he's got the armor to compensate.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about Star Force at the time, so that was the dark horse. But I know Mega Man is just like hundreds of different weapons to use, but we'll save that. So next time, it'll be my turn, and I'll give a synopsis of the first Battle Network game.
Make sure you tag Rebel or Rebo about this. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll be closing it out here. Thank you for joining. We'll have the next episode in a couple of weeks.
See
Closing.
ya.
All right. Farewell. Any last words from you, Cyber Tiger?
Uh, support local businesses. Yeah.
Uh, and support your favorite YouTubers and Twitch streamers.
Yeah.
All righty. That'll be it.